For those less familiar with the mighty Boeing B-29 Superfortress, this historic aircraft does not always get the credit it deserves. For most, it will forever be remembered as the bomber which dropped the only atomic weapons ever to be used in conflict. However, the aircraft represents something much more important. It is the symbol of American ingenuity and spirit, and demonstrates the resiliency of a nation entering its fourth year of World War II. With the aid of past and present B-29 heroes, some of this forgotten history is about to be revealed. By the time World War II ended, the Superfortress had proven itself to be the most technologically advanced and capable bomber of its era, and one of the main instruments used to push a belligerent Asian nation to the brink of annihilation. The B-29 completed its first combat mission on June 5, 1944, almost one full year before the devastating attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The operation targeted Japanese railway positions around the city of Bangkok and throughout Thailand. This was followed 10 days later with the type's initial attack on the Japanese mainland, which were the first strikes on the nation since the daring Doolittle Raiders operation 2 years earlier. As more strategically located operating bases were captured, more critical objectives, such as the capital of Tokyo, came within range. The rain of bombs dropped by B-29s continued until the end of the war, by which time most large cities had been pulverized. The atomic bombs would then play their key role, encouraging a swift surrender, thus avoiding countless numbers of casualties which would have resulted from a prolonged Allied invasion. The history of the B-29 continued to be written long after the end of World War II. The aircraft and its derivatives would fly over 20,000 sorties during the Korean War, and the final examples of the ultimate variant, the B-50, would not be retired until 1965. But that was not the end of the story. A much more recent milestone occurred on July 17, 2016, when B-29 DOC made its first flight in 60 years. This event instantly doubled the number of flying B-29s and started a new and exciting chapter of Superfortress history. DOC's rebuild was so meticulous and thorough, he is expected to grace the skies over America and around the world for decades to come. Reflecting on DOC's exciting history and highlighting his first year of appearances are a few of the volunteers and B-29 alumni who are part of the team known as DOC's Friends. These dedicated individuals, along with hundreds of associates, have poured decades of blood, sweat, and tears into this amazing project. Connie Palacios is DOC's Friend's real-life Rosie the Riveter, helping produce countless B-29s on the Wichita production line during World War II. Connie's numerous appearances at DOC events are always a highlight for those in attendance, and she works tirelessly, passing on the message of hard work and perseverance to future generations. Mark Novak is a retired U.S. Air Force pilot, having flown aircraft such as the KC-135 and B-1 bomber, and holds the honor of being named DOC's chief pilot. He is currently one of only 8 left-seaters qualified to fly the B-29, and his passion of flying this rare aircraft is truly inspiring. Ken Newell is a 33-year veteran of the Cessna Aviation Company and is DOC's senior crew chief and one of his most experienced flight engineers. The dedication of Ken and his team are rewarded every time DOC takes to the skies. Franklin Berry is a proud DOC restorer, maintenance personnel, and flying crew member. His detailed knowledge of the B-29 and DOC in particular makes him a fan favorite at air shows across America. He's happy to share his knowledge with all who will listen and strives to answer any and all questions that come his way. Johnny McPherson has been part of the B-29 DOC restoration team since 2001. He drove and bucked rivets on the aircraft for 13 years before becoming lead for several of the ensuing years. He currently holds the challenging position of parts logistics and procurement, including replication whenever a part no longer exists, and he considers the experience one of the most rewarding endeavors of his life. We are honored to have this distinguished group share their intimate B-29 memories as they proudly represent hundreds of restoration and management heroes who call themselves DOC's friends.